Hot 97 Morning Show, Cypher Sounds, K-Fox,
Morning.
Ebro, and Kid motherfucking
Cudi.
Cudi.
Yes.
Yo, the album Indicud, what is that about? What's the title mean?
It's kind of like, indica is a strain of marijuana, and it's like, this body high. And I feel like all my albums kind of take people to a mental space. And, I just kind of wanted this to be like one of them, one of my up-tempo efforts where, the shit just has more movement. And I felt like this is kind of like the body high of the Kid Cudi legacy, you know what I'm saying? Like, the shit just moves.
So you saying like your other albums been more like moody, kind of kick
like
back, mellow?
mid-tempo to slow tempo, more thought-provoking, more chill, smoke
more
out music.
vibey.
That's the kind of goal that's what I wanted from them first two albums. And, I always try to do something different, though. And I feel like this is an energy that people haven't heard me, deliver, you know what I mean? Unless it's like a remix or something like that.
Right. Now, your live performance game, your shows and shit, that's where you make a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
You out here, so
Yeah.
he's like,
I do well.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's really like your home run? That's what you're really about, is the live performance thing?
I think that definitely, not even for just me, for any artist, I think that's what, determines if you are the real artist all across the board. Like, if you could take the music from the studio to the stage and, just watching people like Kanye, like, we've all seen his shows and it's just so ill, that's how his showmanship. And I was totally inspired by him early on, when I was a youngin'. I saw him he did this college show in Cincinnati. I was maybe like 20. I saw him perform and I was like, holy shit. I was like, man, this dude's energy, and it sounded like the record. Like, most rap shows, it's just raw, 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 and then some other niggas in the back like to do the ad lib, and then it's just like niggas just screaming like rah rah.
Or you're rapping over your own track.
Yo, I can't stay. Even at Summer Jam, right? Like, we do Summer Jam all the time, and I'll be like, get these motherfuckers off the stage, but niggas will not get on stage without 90 motherfuckers, man. I don't understand.
This is random riff rap, just like yo raw.
Yo, it'd be mad label reps on the stage and shit.
A&Rs and shit. Can you imagine my A&R on the stage with me?
stage?
Nigel Mack just standing there. Hey, got it, man.
Yo, that's hilarious. Yo, I commend you. I think we should definitely commend you for, you said Kanye heavily influenced, your live performance and shit like that. Would you say that, his influence also prompted the new kind of path you're taking in your career as well, to be kind of an individual? Feels like I think you mentioned starting your own label.
Mm-hmm. I kind of, when I first met Kanye, I always saw him as my equal. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like creative skills. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, I might not have been like polished and, where I'm at now when I first met him, but I always saw my potential for greatness. You know what I mean? I saw that I could be as equally great as Kanye. And I was like, if I work as hard and like really just be thoughtful with everything I do, then that's what it could be. So like, I really just, it was always like our relationship was like the mentor type of thing, but he always knew that I had my own like vision and my own like lane that I wanted to run down. And he knew that I was a leader, you know what I mean? And I think ultimately that's what I've always been since just being a kid and shit. I've always been like a leader, and I've always had my own thing, and I can't ever say that I wanted to like particularly follow anybody else's path but my own.
How much did he help you in the beginning? Like, what did he do for you?
Well, just mostly just support and just being there and giving me like his critique on like Man on the Moon 1. He was around a lot, because that was a very important time, and he'd be like, you should try this, you try that. Like he was very helpful on like certain things sonically. Yeah. But it wasn't he never would come up in the studio and be like, change this line or do this. Cause like, I don't think a couple times he's heard things that I've made and he's just kind of like not feeling it. But that's maybe like, I can only think like maybe 1 or 2 songs. Cause then after that, I just really went out my way to like make sure everything I did was just like, boom, like on a caliber, or if it wasn't where it needed to be, like if it wasn't like completed, it was like on its way to being like something dope, and he would, guide me and help me execute it. You know what I mean?
I think Kanye's a really, really dope artist. He's actually one of my favorite artists, but he does spaz out from time to time. Now, is there anything that you would say, okay, let me make a mental note, let me not do this because of what Kanye has done? He's made some mistakes But you know.
Well, Big Brother, that's what a Big Brother's for. You know, like even me, like when I say that on my record, it's like, hey, let me fuck up so y'all niggas cannot do this. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's, you know, I learned from Ye a lot on a lot of levels on what to do, what not to do. I think that's, you know, part of why I don't, like, I have a label, but I don't want to have like a label. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have a roster like a bunch of people, because I just saw that could be an extra headache, and then you're responsible for people's lives and their livelihood, man. That's like, it's a big deal, you know what I mean? I already got a kid, man. I don't need
you
to
don't
be taking care of no other grown men, you know? Like, yeah, it's like, and that's literally what it is. Like, it's taking on a heavy responsibility. If people don't do well, you know, then it's like, oh shit, you know, it's just too much pressure, and I'm really just, I can't say I'm not ever gonna sign another artist outside of King Chip, but like really all I care about is Chip right now and helping him get where he needs to be. And I'm like one of those one goal at a time type of people, you know what I mean? I don't like to, I can multitask, but not like I'm doing the acting now, but I'm definitely doing the acting when I'm not. Like, I made sure to finish the album first before I went and did Need for Speed, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like doing a movie and then recording. Right. And then going to set, and then I don't want to spread myself too thin.
So you focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah. So
speaking of like what K Fox just brought up, you have a certain level of I don't give a fuckness about you. And I think that's where, you know, a lot of people don't know that you the type of dude, you know, they see you with your style and they automatically assume that you ain't really ready to knuckle up or go at somebody, if that's, because I've seen you in action a couple of times ready to spaz on some niggas. No, I mean just honest, because you know cats automatically assume because someone is progressive musically or with their fashion that all of a sudden they not, you know, gonna defend themselves or spaz on somebody.
You gotta bring up the fashion. What his fashion got to do with it?
Because
I know what he's saying. No, I feel what he's saying.
You know, he wears skinny jeans and he wear, you know what I mean. So people
I
automatically
definitely have
assume,
a look where it's like unassuming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you just don't know.
But at the same time, you're in the melody and songs and shit like that. How does that give you a certain level of I don't give a fuckness just so you let niggas know? How do you know what I'm saying? How does that play in your mind?
I think my father plays a big role in that, and my mom. And I think I just was raised with two people that have the supreme energy of the I don't give a fuckness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I was raised with that energy, and my mom always told me, you know, just, you know, basically in a nutshell, if I can paraphrase all my mom's teachings, is fuck these niggas.
Ooh, I like
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I get, because there's so many teachings, but like it got to the point where I just realized, man, my mom was just trying to teach me how to be a real nigga all along.
Wow.
You know?
That's dope.
But it's beside, it's just really just standing up for shit, you know what I mean? And just believing in something, you know? Like, when I snap and I get in those modes, like I don't mean to. Like, I don't really like that shit. Like, I really can't say that I'm proud of that track record, but I mean, I guess in a way, like, I am happy that, like, you know, people know that I'm standing up for some shit, that I'm, you know, I'm not just some dude out here just going with the flow and following suits, and you know what I mean? Like, and at the end of the day, like, I am a peaceful person. Like, but when I get turned up, that's not me trying to be macho. That's not me trying to, you know, act like a gangster, as they say, quote unquote. Right. That's just me being a human being. You know what I'm saying? That's like somebody walking by you and shit.
Ain't no little bitches around here, you punk motherfuckers.
Yeah, man, it's just like, man, as a human being, man, you step on my foot, I'm going to ask you, like, man, you step on my foot?
Back to my pursuit of happiness. But I will spaz on you bitch-ass niggas. No, I love that, though, man. I think there's too many, you know, we live in a world today where there's so many conformists. You know what I mean? You see what just like, you know, what just happened to Ross, right? He spit a lyric, and because he had corporate sponsors, he finds himself apologizing for, you know, whether we agree with the lyric or not, it's some shit that really happens.
I think that's a good example, though.
You know what I mean?
That's I read about that, and I was kind of like, and I normally don't like to have opinions about people's crafts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can't say that I don't like Rick Ross. Like, I like Rick Ross. And, you know, I think his stuff is dope. But that lyric in particular, man, it's like, come on, man, that shit is super sketch. Like, it is a sketchy line. Like, but, you know, people can get caught up in the artistry sometime. You know what I mean? Like, I can't, and I met Rick Ross, like, maybe like once or twice in Hawaii when we were working with Kanye like years back, and he was like a really nice guy first. Like
he's a
super
really
nice. His
dude.
energy,
Really nice guy.
like he's a really gentle person. You tell you like, the nigga got a good heart and he mean well, you know.
Put
And
a lot of
you know,
people on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like people, you know, you just kind of get caught up in the artistry. He was just writing fresh ass raps. He was thinking it's like some cold lines, but like there is a responsibility. Like I think about Man on the Moon too, and some of the shit that I wrote on there. I'm like, man, like I really took it there, like, you know. But like, I did, I needed to in that point in time, but like, damn, would I take it there? Like now, would I try to like make shit that edgy? No, because I have a responsibility. Like I would go out. And I would see kids and they'd be like, yo, I'm on coke right now, go to here. And I'll just be like, oh man, that's not cool. Like, it's not, I'm not gonna high five you, fam. Like, that's not cool. Like, don't you understand? Like I was making these songs.
Why is
like
it not
I was
cool
making
when
these
you
songs.
said it?
But that's the thing, like I think when I write songs, it's like I'm literally bringing you to a scene, a moment in my life and time right then and there.
Right.
Like I'm like snapping my fingers and we're in the club right now and I'm on blow and we're right there kicking it and it's like that, you know what I'm saying? Like 2009, it was that time for me. So like I felt like the only way that people could really get the music, and this goes with the same theme applies to Day and Night. Like I wanted people to feel that, you know, a nigga in the room by himself alone,
smoking
just that
weed.
blunt and just, you know, just chilling with his thoughts, you know. It's just all my stuff has been cinematic in nature. So I think that I try to, with the breakdown in the 5 acts, I tried to break, like, you know, convey that idea that they were all scenes, but I also realized, you know, like people could still get it twisted. And I went out my way to make sure that people didn't get it twisted and they could look at these songs as different moments and learn from them like lessons, you know what I mean, in the Bible or whatever. But like, you know, you see things still get twisted. I mean, that you know, got twisted with that kid that approached me just as much as Rick Ross line got twisted.
And once you,
know
see
what I mean?
that,
Like,
once you see that what your words mean to someone else, it kind of was probably a little scary for you a little bit.
Yeah, because I don't want the kids to get it twisted, man. That shit ain't funny, man. Like drugs ain't. I mean, that shit almost took me out this bitch.
Yeah,
I can't say I'm really like I mean, I made it through. I'm a survivor, so I don't feel bad about it. Like when it happened, I didn't feel bad about it. It was like, you know, I don't let nobody make me feel bad about like just my life and how I'm dealing with things. Like people don't know, but like I'm happy that I made it out and I'm at this place now. Like Indicud is, you know, a celebration of life for me and a new growth and a new level, and you know, I'm just a way more mature in a lot of levels. You know,
you were sober making this record?
For the most part. Yeah, because like I'm one of the, when I'm learning something, and that's one of the reasons why like WZRD, when I did the rock album, like I was learning guitar. So like, you know, when you're trying to really learn something, you want to be fully mentally there. You know what I mean? You need to really be focused. You know, like the weed for me is only like good if like you've made the beat and then you're listening there and you want to consume it and you want to make sure it's dope and you try to come up with ideas and just to take your mind to another space. But like when I'm actually programming and like doing stuff, like I don't really like, you know, I don't really need anything because on this project I produced everything and I was like, man, I got to make sure these beats is tight. Like I need to be fully focused and
right.
Like,
but you're saying, but this album's like a little more up tempo ish. You think because you weren't on certain substances, definitely. That now you weren't so vibed out and you put a little more boom bap to it.
Yeah, that definitely. I didn't think about it till now, but like I guess because. I mean, otherwise it would have been like Man on the Moon 3, it's chopped and screwed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yo, I gotta commend you though, man, because a lot of people go to dark places in their lives, man, and it sounds like you've kind of went through a valley and came out on the other side, and that's dope.
I mean, thank you, man. I really just, a lot of my heroes are people that didn't make it out of that. They didn't make it past 27, and I'm like, man, like, I want to just, you know, they're my heroes, so like I want to take it to the next step. Like, you know, I don't necessarily have to feel like, you know, when I remember on my 27th birthday, man, I wasn't even happy. Like I was out partying, and I was like, man, I'm 27. I was like, man, I'm about to be nervous all year long. I'm gonna get hit by a bus or some shit. It's like, what's gonna happen, man? This is like, it's my time up, because everybody was just like, you know, the way I was living at that time, it was like that was the destiny for me. But,
27 seems to be that age. Amy Winehouse passed at 27. Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah,
Janis
Joplin.
Janis Joplin.
Oh my goodness.
A lot of people.
Yo,
it's a sad thing.
You made it, man.
Yeah, I'm
you
29.
Made it.
Yo, and where you from, Cincinnati, man, it's not an easy place to make it out of, G.
Well, like Ohio in general, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's mostly farm, but like Cincinnati, Cleveland. I was raised in Cleveland, but I spent some time in Cincinnati.
Oh, okay, Cleveland, my fault.
And I'm all over Ohio. Like, I'm kind of like, if somebody like you guys New Yorkers, y'all been all over the tri-state. So it's kind of like one of them things, like, I've been all over Ohio and all over in those regions. So like, just Ohio in general is like, it's hard out there for everybody. All those cities, you know what I'm saying? It's really fucked up.
Yeah, well, congratulations on the album. Indicud is the name of the album, man. And y'all go get it. Cudi's in a nice place now. Smoke a little reefer, but that's it. Keep it chill.
I got my card. I'm good.
Yeah, don't play him too close, because he will, you know what I mean? Ain't no punk-ass, bitch-ass motherfuckers around here.
You're ridiculous. Stop it.
Yo, thanks for the call, G.
Thank you, man. I appreciate your time and interest, man.
Nah, man. Appreciate you, man.
With
Take
you,
care.
man. Good luck.
For sure, man.